Yank was really confused, but I got him food. We're at Five Guys.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Another early morning, getting right after it. You ready to go? Yanko didn't want to wake up this morning. Whew. Yeah, I'm a little wore out. Hopefully this will be our last big day of pushing at this job, and then we might have some time to do our own thing. We will see what goes on. We got a lot of stuff to do for ourselves in a short period of time, but let's dive into it. We are over here. We got Yakabuchi with his wagon back up here, fresh out of another job. Christian is leaving us because he has the front and load wagon. He is gonna go load into a silo doing snaplage, and then they're doing a bag. I think they're doing a bag tomorrow. So I should not be working tomorrow, being Sunday and Monday, so I can get some of my stuff done. But we got Levi, we got Dylan, Isaiah in the chopper, Aaron's here. And we're still over here at Perry's. Hopefully we get this done today, all wrapped up, and then whatever they have left, they're gonna combine. So that's kind of the key. Yields have been really, really good. Their bunk is full, or the drive over pile is where that's supposed to be. So they're gonna do the other one. And yeah, should be a good day. Drive over pile's looking pretty good. So they got the 7930 on it, and they're pushing with the 8440, and I think we're gonna build another one here for them. So then drive over piles, the cost of not having walls, stuff like that, and you can build them however big you want. You got ability, you got flexibility is really what it is. So if you got a pad, it works out very well. And a lot of large dairies are all drive over piles because of being able to move your feed around, stuff like that. Here they're able to feed out of the other end. Well, we build the pile on this end, and then you feed right through, and vice versa, swap back and forth. So very, very nice. Was hoping I didn't have to run at all today, really, but I did get buried right down in there. I was on the phone with good old Phil Livingston up there and learning about life. So I didn't film any for you guys, but I had to do a little back and forth, and we got out. But should be into some good running. Good corn for sure. Truck should be able to run real well now. So we got that little spot taken off. We came around the corner, and I was like, is there a round bill? So, little hunting blind going on here. Good thing Isaiah didn't take it right out. That would be awkward going through the chopper. That's why we got Isaiah, the crew chief of the operation here. I brought this load right over because trucks were all away, and I figured we're in good running, bring it right over. We got another field that we know is going to be wet, but we got some loads to take off this. No point in jumping out of this to go somewhere else or jump in a truck. But Aaron is over there rolling with the 7930, and yeah, making a second pile at the moment. So I dumped that. So do a little drive over pile here. I don't know how big this one's gonna be, but got quite a lot of feed. We don't have that far of a run to run, but the fact that we battled in the mud earlier, it's this. So how the cart works is it's needed in spots, and then spots are good running, but the amount of time that you get out to hook chains or mess around with it to pull trucks through, and the damage of trucks, the cart's made it very efficient to know where to go and where not to go with stuff before you have to deal with that stuff. We'll go back out, keep that chopper rolling. Okay, so we're out here. Trucks are running pretty good in the field. Some wet spots that I'm taking over and filling the gap in between trucks. So some good corn. I don't know if you guys can see much of what's going on out back there. I'll pull up next to him. It's not loaded. You can tell chopper fills the front and then goes back, tops the back off and starts working his way back to the front. And then from there he switches over. Here we go. Truck stops, unless you're in the mud. So we've had this conversation. People say, what's the common courtesy of it? If you're in the mud and that truck's spinning, you let that truck keep going. The second they stop, it's bad. If it's good going, the truck stops, next implement comes in, takes over. A little switching on the go, keep that chopper rolling. Hopefully today is our last day here. Just because there's more jobs to do. They got some jobs that are just in carts or just in the tractors for the front loading, and some smaller jobs. So battled the wettest parts here first because they were saying rain today and they do have a chance of showers. And in corn, if it rains, sprinkle some, keep going. In grass, you can't do that because it picks up so much moisture. So hopefully we don't get any showers because I think everybody's all good around here as far as water. More sunshine, heat. There's people that are still making dry hay and stuff, or trying to make hay. So, well, it is drastically getting wetter in the middle of the field, which is kind of rare. He did say they sunk the tractor in here when they were spreading manure. That's pretty wet. We were running trucks just before that. Is he gonna get it? I think he might get it. You guys can't see much action. A little back and forth and grabbing and going. Pretty much how this year's been. He's moving slowly but surely. Take this last little bit off. Oh yeah, he's got it. Yep, there he goes. So that's all part of this year, getting stuck with things, and tractors have been very good at most of the time getting themselves out. But as we see, there's some ruts, and like I said, he said there were some wet spots in here when we got going, which the thing that's been keeping it going is you gotta have a good pair of boots. So Heisey boots, you know, great partner of the channel, making working in this mud in wet situations a whole lot better. Keep your feet dry. So I got a pair of Apollo on right now. They're really hunting boots, so they work awesome. They're lightweight, got some insulation to them, but keeping your feet dry when you're in this environment, get out, get in the tractor, take the boots off, and your feet are nice and dry all day long. And then you get to work in situations like this where, yeah, there's no way around it. So go check out Heisey boots. Link is down below. Duffy 15 gets you 15% off. And they've been absolutely great for all fall, keeping us dry and comfortable. So Heisey boots, link down below. Really appreciate everything they've done for us. And hopefully, well, I have a feeling all fall we're going to be wearing some muck boots around because it's going to be, the water hasn't shut off this year, and that's the biggest part of getting harvest off. Cart's been helping quite a bit. Good pair of boots has been helping. So Duffy 15, go check them out. Almost forgot, 100-year lifetime warranty. Haven't needed to use them on any boots because honestly they've held up very, very well. This is like the 7th or 8th different style I've wore, so there's plenty of different options for whatever you're doing. I got some hunting buddies who have asked me about them. I don't hunt, but these have been, I would recommend them highly. You need a pair? You like getting your feet dirty. Actually, the 8440, pushing some bunk. So we're doing strips right here, right behind the barn. I am probably not going to be needed, but we'll park over there and we'll see exactly what goes on. So he's pushing up, circling around, and going back and forth around. That way he never has to go in reverse. Makes life a lot easier. I know with mine, having other people run it and trying to get it in reverse and grinding it made all the issues that it had, a lot of transmission issues because of the operators. So they're actually chopping sweet corn right now. Since we are at, well, they grow sweet corn. If you watch the previous video when we came out and chopped grass, he explained some of it. Sweet corn, the sunflower maize, the sunflower 50 go-kart race. So they got sweet corn throughout the farm, and chopping that off just to make life easier. So they're gonna chop some strips, and I might get out and just hang out for a little bit. No point in running if I'm not needed. We're literally from there to here. Did Levi might have left with the Superliner. Since after this job, trucks aren't needed up here. They're gonna run carts. And I believe this cart is going south. Nope, Levi's still here. We're gonna shut her down out here. We are down to one truck. Another truck left, which was a good thing. Moving jobs and stuff like that, preparing for it. So the beginning, or near the end of chopping here. So one truck, myself in the cart, and the Massey with the wagon. So chopping right next to the farm. Oh, yeah, the truck got stuck. It's a little white spot there, so I see this 7930 up to it. Levi, what are you doing? Aaron did say we can drive right across here. That's a little wet right down in there. Sweet corn patches that had been mowed down already, and I don't know if they got disced or not. We had a little truck buried in the driveway there. Little wet spot. So bunk man's get a little delay on the pile here. He's packing that load. I pulled in as they was dumping, so we'll watch him go around a few times and then we'll dump. No point in swarming the bunk with a bunch of loads all together, then you get nothing. Quality feed. So, and we are literally right behind us. We're over here. So probably pretty aggressive on number of loads or tons coming in per hour at that rate. Old iron, gotta love it. So as he's pushing, he's packing the same spot and working his way around. So I know out in like Texas and Kansas and stuff, big drive over piles where you just go in circles with multiple tractors all day long. They do a very good job because you're always keeping the weight on the bunk even when you're pushing. So that pile is done. And we're just working on putting the last loads into this middle pile. And I'm sure somebody's gonna say, why didn't you put it all in one pile? Okay, some of the thought of there, and I don't know if this is their thought, but you have a face of feed, And to keep it from heating, it can't be too big. If it's too big, then you can't feed it fast enough out, so it heats from being open to oxygen. So that is you got to build your piles or have your pits to size so that you're not running into those issues. So that's part of it. So, and plus how steep and tall and everything else, how wide you want to go. New Zealand, we used to build bunks and they'd be like vertical walls, and the sides really didn't get packed very well, and feed quality wasn't as. The U.S. is is very good at focusing on feed quality in many places. Since our idea in the U.S. is make as much fluid milk as possible out of that cow, where other countries it's more components and less fluid depending on what you're doing. So milk production, things like that, different parts of the world have different ideas, but feed quality is a huge part of being efficient and being profitable. I believe we're pretty close on the load numbers, though I'm not exactly sure. But I know we got to open up some of this because they are going to combine it. Isaiah, you got to get it in there, bud. It's challenging. There he goes. But this is quite the field. I didn't realize it dipped all the way down here and went way down. You must be able to see it from the property that we chopped the other day. But if we open it up, it's way easier for the combines to run through it. So we have done that at other farms before that have excess corn that combine it for either high moisture or for grain. So, yeah. The stuff, it's a little green. I'll admit that. I think we all know that. So I'm not the only one who has extremely healthy plants of corn, which isn't a bad thing. But everybody's all worked up that, oh, it's October. You should be harvesting already. Sorry. This corn dried out some down in here. This is a big field. So cart is definitely loaded full. Then we'll slide right in. I think the super liner's behind us, so definitely a full load on there, Isaiah. Good job. We just got told 3 more loads and we'll have this job wrapped up. So good feeling. Good Saturday. Rain hasn't hit us yet, which drastically dampened the spirits, I would think. So it's a little damp down through here for the truck. Levi followed us down through, and yeah, I'm gonna cart up to him. The Massey was spinning going up the hill, so Massey just took off. He's got an hour ride home at least. That thing probably does boogie 35. This goes 24, 25. Yeah. We'll get this wrapped up and on to the next thing. So it's 2 o'clock now. Maybe we'll be home early tonight. I have not seen what my place looks like in daylight in all week. In a week, I really haven't seen it. So last Sunday, I didn't run. We worked on some. Oh no, we was it Sunday we chopped some. Sunday we got back, so I saw a little bit. Yeah, I wish it stayed light out till 10 o'clock, but we can't control that. Another one wrapped up. Good job, crew chief. How are you doing? How many rabbits you killed today? Just a few? We're not done yet. We gotta go chop the sunflower maize and the sweet corn fields just to get it off, so the residue isn't just sitting there. Some sweet corn action. So some of it's greener, some of it's brown, depending on when you plant it. So if you don't know, you stagger planting on sweet corn so it's not all ready at the same time, so you have a good supply of it. And then you got the sunflower maize that's over there. Kind of just a cleanup, so that's good to go for next year. We are chopping their sunflower maize off, as you see. So if you're out this way next year, make sure you swing in here. And this is why it's called the Sunflower 50 for the go-kart race. There's just a tire in the middle here. You gotta avoid that, but otherwise, chop this off quick and be good. All wrapped up here. They're just gonna finish up their final touches on the bunk, and then they're gonna cover. So glad it did not rain today. It is overcast, so who knows, maybe they're late on the weather. I'm gonna take this thing on about a road trip, probably 2 hours south. It's an hour in a car for the next job that this is gonna run out. Chopper is gonna go do its own thing, filling some bags, but this is gonna get utilized somewhere else, and I'll get it moved there so tomorrow Aaron can give it a go. So I am headed to Middelburg. Best route is 30 right down through Amsterdam. Problem is I probably got 10 miles of cars behind me already. We're gonna pull off, grab some food up here real quick. We'll let some of these angry people that are, well, they're going around me. It's legal right now. I don't blame them. It's not that bad. I can see the end of the line. A bunch of people just going around me. But if you don't know, Amsterdam's a lane going through town. It's a decent sized population. We've been up here a few times. Multiple different things. Harbor Freight's up here. Tractor Supply. Places to eat. Probably gonna stop at, well, I ordered 5 Guys already. We're gonna pull into 5 Guys and get some. Yank was really confused, but I got him food. We're at 5 Guys. Figured we'd pull off and grab some food. And haven't had 5 Guys. Gets right up on the seat. Lives the best life. You're good. Got the goods. How you doing? You go, boy. We had a long day, haven't we? Got a burger. And if you don't know, their grilled cheese with some bacon on it, there's some bacon, but it's phenomenal. It's a secret. Alrighty, we gotta go. We're gonna be late. It'll get a little creative down through here. Roads get a little narrower. People get a little less smart. And there's quite the pathways to get around here. This part, okay, these things, no, just guys on the bike. Got duals on. So when they swerve into your lane, they're guy on the bike nodded though. He was out there, he was hustling. We used to come through this spring, we came through Amsterdam, not up here, we'd cut out and head east. Back when we were hauling manure up in Saratoga. Population doesn't stick with it and realize what goes on. So everybody's in a rush. It is Saturday night. Gotta keep pushing through though, right? once we get on the south side of the thruway, back into some more, it's back in farm country. So it's this little pocket right here. Go down the hill, and then we go back up the other side there, and it's like 3 lanes at one point, and then 2 lanes, and 6 different ways to go. This guy's all about it. Turning around, staring. What up, dude? Definitely yellow. Oh, we made it. This one we're not gonna make. We actually gotta be over 1 lane because on the other side. But when we get around this corner, I'll do another lane. There's some sharp turns and whatnot. Oh, sharp return. It's tough to see people behind this too if you're going straight. This car next to me has a sticker. It says, "When in history did the climate not change?" Okay, valid point. I can't see that. You better stop, or that duel's gonna take you out. Oh my God, people. I'm gonna swing this wide. Good thing it's a Mini Cooper pulling up next to me. Don't swing it wide. The cart touches, and it's no good. South of the river now. I love road tripping. Woo. Another Kloss brethren. So, the Bunker family, Creek Acres. Got a Kloss sitting out there. Pulling up. Oh, what do they got backing out of the shop here? You guys will see in a minute. Infinity Custom Chopping. KK Wesley, all of them guys. There's the K-Dog right there. Partner. So, what up, boys? Everybody's there. So they've been right after it, hammering out. We'll see if we get some time. We'll go right around with them and see what's up. Got hay dropped. A lot of round bales. That farm back there does a lot of round bales. As you see, all the white marshmallows all up through there, all along the tree lines. A lot of work picking them all up. back into Schoharie County. I'm sort of on the other tip of it, so this is 88 running down here. Cobbleskill's over that way. I live over that way. Probably 30 minutes from here, so we're gonna go south, go down through Schoharie and into Middleburg, and been a good trip. Uneventful, which is always a plus. Nothing too crazy. It was 52 miles, I think, was the whole trip. I think I've showed Schoharie, the valley here, a few times. Usually just passing through, coming down, past Stanton's and down through. But some of this dirt down in here is absolutely like the best of the best. It is very prosperous as far as agriculture in the dirt. So 20 plus, I'm gonna have to get somebody to correct me, but 20 plus foot of topsoil and spots, stuff like that. You can grow some pretty crazy crops on it. That's the carrot barn back there, veggies, sweet corn. And we'll come up here, we'll go past Lloyd's. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. We should probably stop at some point. Got a little bit of ways to go. Got to go through town and then go out the other end. But DMV is actually down here, and they treated me very well with me transferring everything. So shout out to them. I know the one lady's husband watches the channel, so I appreciate that. Yeah, some good ground, some good corn. Just consistent good corn. That stuff's drying down. I believe everything, well, I don't know exactly where they're chopping and using this wagon, but the majority of all this down here already has got chopped for feed. So there is quite a bit of grain corn down in this valley. Go across the river. Slats down here. There's quite a bit of feed down in here, quite a bit of land. So my sophomore year of college, all of this was underwater. It flooded during Irene, and when I say underwater, I mean like under 10 foot of water. So it was there was a barn up to the left there, and it burned to the ground with wet hay in it. 2 days after the water went down. And yeah, people down here in the valley, it was pretty insane. So we spent quite a bit of our time, because we couldn't go to class because the whole campus was flooded, so moving feed and doing what we could at that time. So Gilboa is up ahead of us, and that's what feeds New York City's water supply. And at that time they weren't prepared, and it started breaching. And yeah, the sirens were going off for the dam breaking, but they never actually broke. It's just there's too much water. Well, we made it up to Pro Cops. So he is a heifer raiser. Used to milk cows here, but raising heifers now. And Aaron's gonna be running the cart for him tomorrow, and probably the next day, and who knows how long. So Robert is on his way to get me. Today's been a good day. It's been good. Glad we got Perry's done for them. I think they're pleased with the results. They are pleased with the results. And we'll have to go back up there at some point for one of their races. So alrighty, I'm gonna pack my stuff and wait for Robert. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.